What's up, everybody? I'm Mckenty. This is my second channel, and this is your home for my Twitch highlights and my podcast. So if you like this and you want to see more of that and you want to join the live streams, there's a link to that in the description of this video. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. And he does kind of look like Glenn Danzig. That's true. Speaking of Glenn Danzig, that is a good way to start our discussion of best and worst metal videos, because he is somehow able to do both of those things. His breakthrough hit back in the day was this song, Dirty Black Summer, which I think this was like 92, 93, something like that. I think this is a great video and a great song. Like, I think Danzig pretty much sucks, but this song is awesome and the video is so cool. Like, it's so simple. It's just like reversed out and solarized in a few sections. That's all it takes to make it feel like creepy in that Danzig sort of way. You don't need much. It's a great video. I love this riff. I love Chuck Biscuit's drumming. I love this song. I love the video. It's such a cool riff. Ooh. I like this shirt he's wearing here. This looks like a women's like V-neck Henley kind of thing from like Hollister in 2011. Chuck Biscuits is such an underrated drummer. Kicking sand there, look at that. Kicking sand in your face, you fucking nerd. He's wearing hand wraps. Why? Why is this man wearing hand wraps here? Like he's hitting the heavy bag, but he's like out on the beach somewhere. Why? Gotta fight the summer heat, that's right. Yes. Could you imagine being the director for this? Yeah, Glenn, go up on that hill there. Okay, now kick the sand. Yeah, really kick it. That's right. Show those fucking nerds who's boss. I mean, as goofy as Danzig is, I sincerely think this is a really cool video. I mean, it has like such a cool, like sinister kind of vibe. Even though I would assume the budget for this was very low, it works. On the other hand, he also has some really incredibly bad videos. My favorite one here is Bodies. First of all, like, why is he just sitting here playing his bass like this in their rehearsal space? Did he think that looked cool? Like, what is going on here? And now, oh, here's the babe. Look, the babe comes by to hand Danzig his coffee. He hired this woman just to come over and give him some coffee, just to show everyone what an alpha Chad he is. You remember in like 2010 or 2011 or whatever, when the Fedora nice guys would make those memes about bring me a sandwich woman? The people who thought of themselves as these really cool, like hyper masculine alphas were actually just sad losers. I think that's what Danzig did. He paid this woman to bring him coffee just so that he could shoot that exact scene. Exactly. That's the only way Danzig will take his coffee from a hot babe. Anything else would be beneath him. Hell yeah, look at that guitar face. Look at that. I was so disappointed with Danzig when I heard them, because based on like their imagery and stuff, I thought they were going to be heavy. I thought they would sound like Slayer or Sepultura, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It sounds like Elvis or The Doors, you know, like surf rock shit. What is this? More babes, look at that. What are they doing here? Why? What is going on here? They show up and fight, and then they put one of them in this coffin Iron Maiden thing. You're right, that is Money by Pink Floyd, you're right. He was originally in talks to play Wolverine before they cast Hugh Jackman. I think that's what Glenn Danzig would like you to believe. I'm not so sure that that actually happened. Maybe it did. I don't know. But I am doubtful that he was a serious contender to play Wolverine. Tommy Wiseau in Another Life. He does have a lot of Tommy Wiseau kind of energy, doesn't he? What a boring song. Jesus. Sounds like a jam band or something. It's just like, ugh. Yeah. Dirty Black Summer must have been a fluke, because that's a great video and a great song, and it's like everything else that Danzig has done is bad, The videos are bad. The songs are bad. Like, Danzig is just bad. One of the most disappointing bands of all time. Next up, one of my personal favorites of all time. About That Life by Attila. I love the song. I love the video. One of the best bass tones of all time. You know, this is from 2013. Look at this. 17 million views. That's a lot of fucking views for what was then a relatively small deathcore band. This is a great video because now, of course, using rap video tropes for a band like this, I think would be pretty expected. But this was almost 10 years ago. How scary is that, my friends? 2013 was almost 10 years ago. That doesn't feel good, does it? But I think this is like non-ironically a great video for what it is. This is a rap video for like Warped Tour scene kids. They were definitely one of the pioneers of sort of bringing this aesthetic to the Warped Tour kind of crowd, right? I think it's a great video, non-ironically a great video, and truly incredible lyrics. Like, she counts my money while I'm on the PlayStation. She rides my dick like a merry-go-round. Incredible stuff. 2013 was the 2017 or the early 2010s. I don't know what that means, but I agree with it. One of my favorite videos from when I was a kid, Suicidal Tendencies, Possessed to Skate.
Now remember, no skateboarding until you've done your homework.
This is from like 1985 or 86, I think. Suicidal were very ahead of the pack back then. They made all their videos into sort of like these like little mini movies, which I guess Mike Muir was probably the driving force behind that. Nobody in their genre back then was making videos on this level, and obviously it paid off for them. This video is cheesy as fuck, but when I was, 12 or whatever, I thought it was the coolest fucking thing in the world. Look at this pen he's using to do his homework. This like giant novelty pen. This is an underrated Suicidal song. I thought this part was so cool when I was 12. Hell yeah. I ended up getting really into graffiti as a teenager. Part of the reason was because of Suicidal Tendencies, because right around when I was really into Suicidal, that's when like the tag banger era of graffiti was big too, and that's kind of what got me into it in the first place. These tricks are so funny too, because this is, 1985, like street skating barely existed. Like super primitive old school street skating. I love how goofy they are too. Look, they're gonna go skate the pool, but they gotta drain it first. So they just pull out the drain like a bathtub. I also love his Bob Barker microphone here, the like really thin, like this. Like Bob Barker from The Price is Right. It's so awkward. All the performances are so awkward. What's funny is that as goofy as all this stuff looks, there's definitely some gang members, definitely some Venice 13 dudes in this crowd that have done some dirt. I thought that skateboard was so fucking cool. And that part there, the like stop motion scene of him skating through the couch. The 80s teen movie archetype of the outraged parents. Next example. This is a very well-known one. But Call of the Winter Moon by Immortal, classic black metal video. One of the original black metaling in the woods videos. Like, I'm unsure how serious this is. I mean, the guys in Immortal seem to have a good sense of humor about this stuff, but this really just reminds me of like Final Fantasy 1. That guy looks like the black mage character in Final Fantasy 1, right? I mean, that's him, the old school black mage. There he is. I actually like Immortal. I don't love this song. I assume this is some park, some sort of tourist attraction. And I always wonder, what do people think when they come by and see this? Grandson, you want to go to that dilapidated castle in the forest. Yeah, sounds great, Grandpa. And then you go there and you see this happening and you're like, you know, maybe we'll just head home. Maybe today is not the day to go to the park. It looks like people are busy black metaling in the woods. Let's just go get ice cream and we'll go to the park another time. It is a tourist attraction, actually. Okay, there you go. Did not know that. This video feels like found footage film. Yes, it does. It definitely reminds me of like Blair Witch Project or something, right? It's goofy, but you gotta admit, I mean, this is iconic, right? I would say this is an example of a video that is terrible and great at the same time. Here we are. This came out, you know what, probably 25 years ago. We're still talking about it. And I actually think it's kind of good. It's goofy, but you remember it. And how many bands make a video that's quote unquote good, but nobody ever remembers? It's easy to say something is corny or bad, but if you remember it 25 years later, doesn't that count for something? I think it has to. And I would like to know the lore. That's true. I would like to know the lore. You know, where did this come from? Whose idea was it? Where is this place? I want to know the lore. Another one, I've talked about this band before. Not a huge fan. But you can't argue with the results, can you? 20 million views in a year and a half, something like that. 20 million views for a German metalcore band. You can't fuck with that. Those are legit results. And I think the video is objectively well done. You can call it corny, whatever. I do think it's corny. Obviously, I know that this is a joke. I think objectively, it's very well done. To me, the way to judge any art is, did they do what they set out to do? I can have an opinion on what their goals were, but to me, my opinion is just that. If we want to be objective, the question is, did they do what they set out to do? And they did. They wanted to make a goofy, over-the-top, ridiculous video like this. And I think they did a really good job of it. The color is great. Like, the editing is great. Cinematography is excellent. Like, everything about this is really well done. They wanted to make a German music video and they succeeded. Yes. It's just so bloody catchy, well-deserved success in the hooks alone. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. It is a catchy song. A little too gimmicky for me, but I agree. Again, sort of like Immortal. This video is both bad yet great at the same time. Duality. We live in a world of duality, my friends. The world is not black and white. We live in a world that is shades of gray. This video occupies the superposition of being both great and terrible at the same time. Next up, a classic, Walk by Pantera. Hell yeah, brother. Turn that fucking shit up. My friend Jose says that this is the most racist guitar riff of all time. And I agree with them. It does sound racist, doesn't it? Like, there's just something about it. If a guitar riff can be racist, it's this one. It just is. This is the video that made every kid in 1992 think they were a badass. They saw Phil with his cool shaved head and his cargo shorts, you know, and he's like, "You talking to me? Walk on home, boy." And you're like, fuck yeah, dude, I want to fucking be that guy. I want to be that guy. That's right. This guitar riff calls black people boy a lot. Definitely the guitar riff they'd play in the background of a Vice piece about racism. Yeah, lots of shaved heads after this riff came out. Very true. Everyone shaved their head and wanted to be the badass like Phil that didn't take no shit from nobody. That's what Phil stood for. He was that guy. It was just like, he ain't gonna take no shit from no one. This riff sounds like it's gonna roll up in a lifted pickup truck to tell me to go back to Mexico. Yes. You look lost. Y'all ain't from around here, no, are ya? Maybe it's time for you to pack up and go on home, boy. If only Phil had stock in camo cargo shorts, that's right. Racist guitar riff comments remind me when I come to the stream. Exactly. For solid gold. These videos of the band just playing are boring as shit. I don't agree with that. That was the appeal of this video, was like, Pantera was so fucking good live, like so high energy, and they really showed that with this video. Like, it felt like going to see them. Felt like you were at this show, just like, you know, jacked. You felt like Phil was high-fiving you and giving you that knowing wink that said he was laughing at the racist joke you just made. I heard that joke. I thought it was funny. Pantera tunes their guitars to hard R. I actually don't think that Phil is racist, but it's funny to joke about. Another video from around this time that is terrible. Really terrible. Cherry Pie by Warrant. Why did they write a song about pie? I mean, I like pie as much as the next guy, but I just realized the way it fell into her lap. I realized that the song, it's not about pie at all, friends. I think it's about fucking. I just realized after 30 years that this song is about fucking. Like, how did I not know that this song is about fucking? And yes, I agree. Cherry pie is not the best pie. Cherry pie is awful. I like pie. Pie is better than cake, by the way. Cake is dry and it's okay, but pie is the superior dessert. I haven't seen it, but apparently Janie Lane, the singer of Warrant, who I think died, apparently he hates this song because it was a huge hit when it came out in like 89 or whatever it was. He apparently was salty about that because it made people think that the band was corny and goofy and all that stuff, and always associated him with this song. And he wanted to be taken seriously as an artist, but everyone just knows them for this song. And they were like one hit wonder or whatever, which, you know, to some extent, I suppose I understand. It is a corny song, and I might be salty about that too, but, well, you didn't have to write the fucking song. You didn't have to write a super corny song, and you didn't have to make a super corny sexist video about it either, you know? You made the bed, now you gotta sleep in it. I'd say it's better to be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder, right? This is a video you definitely couldn't make now. Like, imagine if a band came out with this video now in 2022, even just like that, like spraying water on a girl like that. Imagine if he came out with this now, how that would go over. Not so well. Record label pressure, you still don't have to. You don't have to say yes to the label. You know, they don't own you. They're not your boss. I think that's a cop-out to say it's the label. Just make the label the scapegoat and the bad guy. You don't have to do it, you know? They're not like wizards that can force you to do something. Yes, exactly. Warren to the real victims here. Terrible video, though. It's true. I mean, I understand. If I was associated with this video, I'd probably hate it too, because it is terrible. It is corny. It is sexist. And that is true. All right, next one. Duality by Slipknot. Look how... all these aggressive Iowa kids. This is like one of my least favorite Slipknot songs. Wait a minute, is that the guy? Looks like the guy from fucking Mudvayne is breaking into Corey Taylor's house. Where did he come from? The label told them to break into Corey Taylor's house. That's right, it's all the label's fault. All the extras in this video are just the Bored Ape NFT, but for doughy white kids. Look at all that. I mean, there's so much Iowa in this. I don't know if they actually filmed this in Iowa or not. But if they didn't, it sure looks like it. As much as, you know, I might make fun of all the kids in the video, what I think makes this so successful is that part of the appeal of Slipknot has always been this like tribalist, us against them kind of thing, like Pulse of the Maggots and all that. If you're one of these disaffected, like doughy white kids from the Midwest that feels like you have no future and stuff, you feel like Slipknot is in your corner. You feel like they're rooting for you. And, you know, by going to one of their shows, it's almost like this tribalist kind of experience. And I think that this video reflects that. Clearly, nobody in this video, you know, was chosen because they're cool or great looking, with all due respect, right? I mean, these are like actual maggots. These are the real face of Slipknot fans. And I think that was a brilliant choice. They could have gotten people that were quote unquote cooler and better looking, you know, they could have gone to LA, but no, they got this dude here, you know, with his fucking Tom McDonald braids, because this is what their fans actually look like. These are their people. Look at her. I want to know what's on her mind. She seems like, is she angry or offended, or is she just like gathering her chakra to go like Super Saiyan? That's kind of what it looks like. So she's like, she's about to fucking blast. This kid here, he used up all his chakra. He nu metaled too much. Now he has to just lay in the field and charge his chakra up again. Yeah, he OD'd on nu metal. But I think it's a great video. It's nothing fancy. It's really just the quintessential pop punk video of this era is playing in an empty pool, like Good Charlotte and Blink-182 and whoever, or Sum 41 rather, whoever else did it. Playing in this meth cookhouse in Iowa with a bunch of maggots breaking down the door is the quintessential nu metal video. And I think they did it really well, again, because just it makes you feel like you're part of this video, because these are like legitimately the face of Slipknot fans. It makes you feel like you're one of them, and I think it's a really effective video for that reason. All right, another one of my favorites. Unholy Confessions by Avenged Sevenfold. I'll tell you why this video is great. It's because it made the band seem that they were huge. Like, I remember watching this when it came out, and I was like, who the fuck is this band? There's kids getting tattoos of their logo. They're playing to like 1,200 kids or whatever. Like, who is this band? How do I not know who they are? They sort of did a fake it till you make it. Not that they weren't a decent sized band then, but they were, you know, not huge by any means. Not like this video made it look. And what I found out is that they'd called on their fan club to show up to this video shoot. So this is not obviously a normal show. People traveled for it from all over the place. You know, they went to visit their most hyper engaged fans and stuff. And so it made the band look like they were huge. I think sometimes fake it till you make it is the way to go. And it's also a great song that kind of doesn't really sound like them. Casting call, that's the word I'm looking for. True, they played at this local venue outside of Salinas called Jim Dandy's in 2003, and then like 2 years later, they're an arena band. Fake it till you make it. The fan art. I want to know who this kid is. Death Bat Girl. This is like my wife. My wife has an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo. She was like this person in high school. But yeah, look at this horrible fan art. I love this. Just shit tier fan art. I want to know how hard they had to not cringe when they saw this. Like, man, I love our fans, but this girl fucking sucks. This is some horrible fan art. Don't we have any better fan art? Is this the best we can do? Are our fans this talentless? All right, fuck it. This is the best we got. Ship it. Look at that. What is this? I'm confused what's going on here. And it's like, it's not even a 7. Does she not know what the number 7 looks like? How could you possibly draw this badly? Really just, I don't understand how someone could know that they were going to be in a music video and still draw this badly. A frog bat, yes. It's a great song. Okay, and lastly, a fantastic video directed by a friend of mine, Drew Russ, Second Sucks by A Day to Remember, which is one of the most elaborate videos that I can think of any scene band having. Drew has a habit of signing himself up to projects that will require way more work than the budget justifies. This one is no exception, and it is a great song and a great video. You know, normally I hate intros, but for this video, it's actually worth it. It actually made it entertaining.
Do it. Mister, you Snake?
Which one of you pukes just said?
It's Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. Look at that TikTok earring.
Nuts! Rats are here.
Tom Denny,
I'm Snake. You butterball.
former Day to Remember guitarist.
It's all going down right here. The game is sudden death. This is the Snake bit.
It is a very long intro, but I think it actually adds something. Sets the mood.
Ever. Hey, who bought the corn dog? Yeah.
It's such an elaborate video. I mean, this set alone, and then there's all this. Like, all the work that went into these animations and stuff, it's crazy. One of their best songs. It's almost like 3 videos in one. I wonder who all these people are based on. I should ask. There's the pretentious music critic. There's Andrew Wade, the big boss. Another great video. Shout out to Drew Russ. He does fantastic work. Always a fan of everything he does. All right. Well, that does it. That was, I don't know, 10 or 12 of the worst and best metal videos. One of these days, I will do a second edition of that because I think it's pretty fun to do. If you have any ideas, let me know.